Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me, Nahil Wali. I am 16-year-old living in Faisalabad, Pakistan. Student at Rehan School Online Academy, also second batch foundation level in evening shift. So I hope you are all doing well. So today I have a conversation with Call Annie on the topic whatever our journey through uh, indifference. So let's start. Hi Annie, I am Minahil Wali, student at Han School Online Academy. How are you?
Hey Menahil, I love the energy. How's everything going with your studies at Tehan School Online Academy? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Just enjoying a little bit of yoga and some dance music to keep the vibes up. How about you? How's your day treating you? Any exciting projects or topics you're diving into lately?
Okay, I am also good. So today my topic is whatever journey through indifference. So my first question is what are the physiological roots of emotional indifference in individuals?
That's a deep question. Emotional indifference can stem from various physiological roots. Sometimes it's linked to stress or trauma, which can affect the brain's chemistry. Conditions like depression or anxiety can also play a role, leading to a numbness or detachment from emotions. Have you come across any interesting research or theories on this topic? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, thank you, but I have no idea in this topic. So that's why I call with you. So my next question is what is the relationship between depression and expression like whatever?
Great question. Depression can really impact how people express themselves. When someone is feeling depressed, they might struggle to communicate their feelings or even feel like they don't want to express anything at all. This can makes them feel even more isolated or misunderstood. On the flip side, expressing emotions, whether through art, writing, or talking, can be therapeutic and help break that cycle. Have you ever found a way to express yourself that feels good, especially during tough times?
Okay, very nice question, but sorry, I have no idea in this question and topic. So my next question is how does chronic indifference differ from emotional detachment caused by trauma?
No problem at all. Chronic indifference often refers to a long-term state of not caring or being emotionally numb, which can develop over time due to various factors like stress or burnout. Emotional detachment from trauma, on the other hand, is usually a protective mechanism. It's the mind's way of coping with overwhelming feelings or memories by disconnecting from them. While both can look similar on the surface, the root causes and experiences behind them can be quite different. It's fascinating how our minds work, isn't it? Do you find these distinctions helpful in understanding emotional experiences?
No. But my next question is can indifference be considered a coping mechanism? If so, in what context?
Absolutely, indifference can be a coping mechanism in certain contexts. For example, when someone faces overwhelming stress or emotional pain, adopting an indifferent attitude can help them shield themselves from those feelings. It's like a temporary emotional armor to protect against hurt or anxiety. However, while it might provide short term relief, it can also prevent deeper healing and connection with others. It's a double edged sword, really. Have you noticed this in any situations around you?
No, I have not noticed. But my next question is how does indifference affect personal identity and emotional self awareness?
Great question. Indifference can really impact personal identity and emotional self-awareness. When someone is indifferent, they might disconnect from their feelings and experiences, which can make it harder to understand who they are and what truly matters to them. This disconnection can lead to a lack of self-awareness, making it difficult to recognize emotions or even values. Over time, this can create a sense of emptiness or confusion about one's identity. It's kind of like being on autopilot. Have you ever felt like you were just going through the motions without really connecting to your feelings?
No, I have not noticed and not thinking this topic. So my next question is, what does the word whatever usually means in everyday conversation?
Ah, whatever is such a versatile word. In everyday conversation, it can mean a few different things depending on the tone and context. It might express indifference, like when someone says, I don't really care. Or it can show acceptance, as in, I'm okay with whatever you choose. Sometimes, it can even be a way to brush off something that feels unimportant. It's funny how one little word can carry so much weight, right? What's your take on it? Do you use whatever often in your conversations?
Yeah, I am used this word whatever in daily life. But my next question is, why do people sometimes say whatever instead of giving a real answer?
That's a good one. People often say, whatever, instead of giving a real answer for a few reasons. Sometimes, it's a way to avoid conflict or a difficult conversation. Other times, they might feel overwhelmed or unsure about their feelings and use whatever as a way to sidestep the issue. It can also be a sign of indifference or just wanting to keep things light and casual. It's interesting how communication can be so layered. Do you find yourself using whatever in those situations, or do you prefer to dig deeper?
Uh, Good question, but I have not idea in your question. So my next question is whatever always a sign of not caring?
No worries at all. It sounds like you're saying that using whatever can often come off as a sign of not caring. That's definitely true. When someone says, whatever, it can signal that they're not invested in the conversation or the topic at hand. It's like a verbal shrug. But sometimes, it's more about wanting to keep things simple or avoiding deeper discussions. Do you think it's important to express care in conversations? Or do you think sometimes keeping it casual is just fine?
Okay, very nice answer. But my next, no idea. But my next question is, what is the difference between saying whatever and I don't know?
Great question. Saying whatever often conveys indifference or a lack of interest in the topic, while I don't know shows that you're acknowledging uncertainty or lack of knowledge about something. I don't know invites more conversation or questions, while whatever can sometimes shut it down. It's interesting how those two phrases can shift the tone of a conversation. Do you find yourself using one more than the other?
I have no idea your question, but my next question is, does tone of voice change the meaning of whatever?
Absolutely. The tone of voice can completely change the meaning of whatever. For instance, if someone says it in a casual, lighthearted tone, it might come off as playful or easygoing. But if it's said with a sarcastic or frustrated tone, it can sound dismissive or annoyed. Tone adds a whole layer of emotion to what we say. Have you ever noticed how much tone can change the vibe in a conversation?
No, yeah, I am noticed, but uh, I'm not.
Gotcha, it's definitely something that can slip by us sometimes. If you have any more questions or want to switch topics, I'm all ears. What's
O-
on your mind?
Okay, my next question is, how can facial expression change the meaning of whatever?
Facial expressions can really enhance or change the meaning of whatever. For example, if someone rolls their eyes while saying it, it can come off as sarcastic or annoyed. But if they smile and say it, it might feel lighthearted or playful. Our faces can express emotions that words sometimes can't. Have you ever had a moment where someone's expression changed how you interpreted what they said?
No idea, but my next question is can whatever be polite?
Yes, whatever can be polite, depending on the context and tone. If someone says it with a friendly tone like, sure, whatever you think is best, it can come across as accommodating. However, if it's said dismissively, it can feel rude or indifferent. It's all about the delivery. Do you think it's tricky to navigate politeness in conversations sometimes?
Yeah, you are right. But my next question is whatever more common in casual or formal situations?
Whatever is definitely more common in casual situations. In informal conversations, it can help convey a relaxed attitude. In formal settings, though, it's usually avoided because it can come off as dismissive or unprofessional. It's interesting how language shifts with context, isn't it? Do you find yourself using whatever more with friends or in casual chats?
Yeah, you are right. So, my
I'm glad we're on the same page. It's always fun to explore how language works. Do you have any more questions about whatever? Or is there something else you'd like to dive into?
okay, my next question is do some people say whatever out of habit?
Definitely, some people say whatever out of habit, almost without thinking. It can become a go to response when they want to keep things light or avoid deeper discussions. It's interesting how certain phrases can become part of our everyday speech, isn't it? Do you have any phrases that you find yourself using a lot?
Okay, my next question is what might a teacher think if a student says whatever in class?
If a student says whatever in class, a teacher might have mixed feelings. They could see it as a sign of disinterest or disrespect, especially if it's said dismissively. On the other hand, if it's said in a lighthearted way, the teacher might just brush it off as casual banter. It really depends on the context and tone. What do you think a teacher should do in that situation?
Your answer is correct. This word, if a student says whatever in class, it is disrespect. So, my next question is how could saying whatever upset a friend?
Saying whatever can upset a friend if it feels dismissive or indifferent to their feelings or opinions. For example, if they're sharing something important and you respond with whatever, it can come off as not caring about what they're saying, which can hurt their feelings. It's all about how it's perceived. Have you ever had a moment where a casual phrase unintentionally caused a rift with a friend?
Okay, no idea. But my next question is in what ways he has digital culture contributed to the rise of emotional detachment?
Great question. Digital culture has definitely played a role in emotional detachment in a few ways. First, online communication often lacks nonverbal cues like tone and facial expressions, making it easier to misunderstand or dismiss feelings. Second, the constant scrolling and quick interactions can create a sense of superficiality, where people engage less deeply with each other. Lastly, the anonymity of the internet can lead to people expressing themselves in ways they wouldn't face to face, sometimes resulting in a lack of empathy. It's interesting to think about how our interactions have changed. Do you find that digital communication affects your relationships?
Yeah, you are right. But my next question is can whatever end an argument quickly?
I think you meant tone, right? If so, yes. A calm and understanding tone can definitely help end an argument quickly. When someone speaks softly and respectfully, it can diffuse tension and encourage a more productive conversation. But if you meant tower, that's a fun twist. Maybe a tall tower could symbolize a higher perspective, helping people see things differently. What do you think?
Okay. My next question is why might whatever make some feel ignored?
Saying whatever can make some feel ignored because it often sounds dismissive. It can give the impression that the speaker isn't interested in what the other person is saying or that their feelings don't matter. This can be especially hurtful if someone is sharing something important or vulnerable. It's all about how we communicate. Have you ever felt ignored by a simple phrase like that?
No, I have no idea. But my next question is what's a nicer way to say whatever when you don't mind?
Ooh, that's a great question. You could say, sounds good to me, or I'm okay with that. It feels a bit warmer, right? What do you think? Have you ever noticed how tone can change everything?
Okay, my next question is when might whatever actually save time in a conversation?
That's an interesting one. Whatever can save time when you're in a hurry and just want to agree without getting into details. Like when someone asks where to eat and you're just like, whatever works. It keeps things moving. Have you ever used it in that way?
No, I have no idea. But my next question is can whatever we use to agree with someone?
Absolutely. You can use whatever to agree, especially if you're feeling laid back about it. Like if someone suggests a plan and you're on board, saying, whatever works for me, shows you're cool with it. Just the right vibe, you know. Do you think it could come across differently depending on how you say it?
I have no idea. Your question is very good, but answer I have no idea is in this answer. So my next question
Haha, fair
is
enough. I'm all ears. What's your next question? I'm
okay.
excited to hear it.
Okay,
Great, what's on your mind?
my next question is how can whatever stop a discussion from going forward?
Ah, good one. Whatever can shut down a discussion if it comes off as dismissive. It might make the other person feel like their thoughts don't matter, which can halt the conversation. It's like saying you're not interested in what they're saying anymore. Have you ever felt that way when someone used it?
No, I have no idea. But my next question is why do teenagers often use whatever?
Teenagers often use whatever as a way to express indifference or to assert their independence. It can be a way to say they don't care about what adults think or to shrug off things they find unimportant. It's like their way of saying, I'm my own person. Do you think it's a phase or do you see it sticking around?
I think it's a phase. So my next question is how does the use of the term whatever in media shape generational attitudes?
That's a fascinating question. The way whatever is used in media can really shape how different generations perceive it. For example, if it's portrayed as carefree and fun in shows or movies, younger people might adopt it as a way to express that vibe. But if it's shown as disrespectful, it could lead to more negative connotations. It's like a little cultural mirror. What do you think? Do you notice any differences in how your friends use it compared to older generations?
No, I have not compared. But my next question is does whatever always mean you are bored?
Not always. While it can suggest boredom, it can also mean someone is just chill or indifferent about a situation. It really depends on the context and delivery. Sometimes it's more about being laid back rather than being uninterested. Have you ever used it in a more positive way?
Okay, very nice answer. But my next question is, can whatever means you are tired?
Haha, not at all. I'm just really enjoying our chat. But I'm curious, what's your next question about whatever? Let's keep it going.
Okay, my next question is, can whatever and my next question is, can whatever make a person feel unimportant?
Definitely, when someone uses whatever dismissively, it can make the other person feel like their feelings or opinions don't matter. It's like saying, I don't care about what you think. That can really sting. Have you ever felt that way when someone said it to you?
Okay, very nice answer. So my next
Haha, see what you did there. Just chilling out, huh? What's next on your mind? I'm all ears. What's your next question?
okay, my next question is, can whatever end a game or activity early?
Oh, for sure. Using whatever in a game or activity can totally end the fun if it comes off as dismissive. Like if someone's not invested anymore and says, whatever, it might make others feel like the game isn't worth continuing. It can really change the vibe. Have you ever seen that happen?
Okay, very nice, but I have no idea. So my next question is, could you replace whatever with something kinder?
Absolutely, you could use phrases like, I'm okay with that, or that sounds good to me. Those feel much more positive and engaged. It keeps the conversation flowing nicely. Do you think you'd try using something kinder instead of whatever?
Okay, but I have no idea. But my next question is, what emotions are most often hidden behind the word whatever?
Great question. Whatever can often hide feelings like frustration, boredom, or even hurt. Sometimes people use it when they feel overwhelmed or don't want to engage anymore. It's like a little emotional shield. What do you think? Have you ever noticed those feelings when someone says it?
No, I have not noticed. But my next question is, how does whatever differ when said jokingly versus seriously?
Oh, that's a fun one. When said jokingly, whatever can come off as playful and lighthearted, like a way to tease or shrug things off. But when it's serious, it can feel dismissive or frustrated, like someone's really checked out of the conversation. Tone and context make all the difference. Have you ever used it both ways?
No, I used Joe not jokingly, just seriously. So my next question is, what risks come from using whatever in professional settings?
In professional settings, using whatever can be tricky. It can come off as unprofessional or indifferent, potentially harming relationships or collaboration. However, if used carefully, it might convey flexibility, like, I'm open to whatever works best. But it's a fine line. Have you ever seen it used in a work context?
Good question, but I have not idea. So my next question is, how can whatever lead to missed opportunities?
Whatever can lead to missed opportunities because it might shut down conversations or ideas before they even get a chance to develop. If someone feels dismissed, they might not share valuable insights or suggestions. It's like closing the door on possibilities. Have you ever felt like you missed out on something because of how a conversation went?
Uh, I have no idea, but my next question is, why do some people respond with indifference instead of honest confrontation? My question is, why do some people respond with indifference instead of honest confrontation?
That's a deep question. Some people might respond with indifference because they want to avoid conflict or feel uncomfortable with confrontation. It can be easier to brush things off than to face difficult emotions or discussions. Plus, some might not know how to express their feelings honestly. It's a coping mechanism, really. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you chose indifference over honesty?
No, I have no idea, but our conversation time is over. So until the next topic with a new amazing topic. So I love bye Annie.
Awa, I loved our chat too. Can't wait for our next amazing topic. Take care and have a fantastic day, Menahil. Bye.
So everyone, this is my conversation with call any on the topic whatever I generally through indifference. So until the next topic with a new conversation. So Allah Hafiz everyone.